Well, hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Joel and this is A Stable Life. This is a YouTube channel that is mainly focused on taking care of horses and everything that happens when you are running and operating a horse stable. So that means, of course, horses, that means hay, that means tractor work and farm equipment, and most importantly, family. It is so good to have you guys here. We are getting started on November the 12th, which is a Tuesday. The temperatures for today right now is 41 degrees, but we've got a lot of wind with a real feel of 34 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes it the coldest day of our season so far. It's the coldest day of the fall. Today is gonna be a good day. Aside from the fact that it is a little on the cooler side, we have every single Tuesday is when we are putting out hay for our horses. On a nice plus side, the horses have a nice, beautiful, and thick winter coat, which is keeping them nice and warm, and I'm kind of jealous. I've got a little something going on here, but it doesn't do nearly as good a job as those coats do for those horses. I'll give you guys a good look over here at our big field. Looks like we only have a few horses standing here waiting, which is nice to see. It is nice to see everybody over here. Now that we are here, we need to get the stable set up and ready to get all these horses in. We have 26 of them that we need to feed today. A few of them are a little on the skinnier side, so they get hay in their stalls. We got to get grain measured out. Each of them get individualized feeding. And then once all of those things are set, we can open up the barn and let in the horses. Let's get started. For the hay inside our barns, we use large square bales. We used to use small square bales, but stopped because of two main reasons. First and foremost, small square bales are expensive, mainly because their primary use is for horses. A lot of stables are not set up with the ability to have large equipment moving their hay. And secondly, they're very hard to handle, unless a farmer has specialized equipment that is able to handle small square bales. Those two reasons are why we switched over to large square bales for use for in the barn. We don't use our round bales because they don't flake off as easy as the large square bales do. I can just take a pitchfork here and grab some hay and put it in our wagon. It makes things very easy to fill up our stable with hay. We cart the hay into the barn using a little wagon that we can move ourselves. And then with a pitchfork, we can just take the hay and get it right inside the hay feeder for the horses. Mostly thoroughbreds are the horses that actually need the hay in their stalls. They burn a lot of energy and they're very challenging to get weight put on. So that's why they get a little extra hay in their stalls. So once they're done eating their grain, they've got something that they can eat while we're waiting for the rest of the horses to finish eating before turnout for the day. With hay inside all of our stalls and grain inside all of our stalls, we can now get the horses on in. We've got one herd right out the big field there. We've got another herd on the other side of those gates. And then we have two horses in this lower arena and in the left run that we gotta let in yet. These horses are in here because one of them is new and the other one is a family friend. We also have, of course, two miniature donkeys, as they have lovingly introduced themselves. There you go, Coco. Sorry, honey, not quite yet. Not quite yet. We do have a mix of geldings and mares at the stable, which is actually new for our stable. We just started allowing mares this year, and I plan on doing a feature video on how that has gone since we've started allowing mares here. This is special food for this mare in particular because she is missing teeth, so we have to soak it in water so that she can eat it. She has her own stall down here, away from all the hubbub of the rest of the barn. So we'll close this gate. When she's done, then she just has free access to this pasture until it's time to turn her out. Next up on our feeding list is our miniature donkeys, who I'm sure are extremely, extremely excited about getting some food. There you go, Buster. And there you go, Rocky. Now we're on to the rest of the horses. Our first horse in right here, that is a beautiful black coat, is Diego. He is a gelding, and he likes to do his own thing a lot. So that's why I'm leading him. The rest of the horses all know where they're going. He likes to go wherever he feels like it, unless you're leading him. For the most part, he listens. Over there is Sarah and Bella. Those two are always together. There went Ebony. Then we have Jack, Champ, Rebel. He's gonna go screen right. And George, he's gonna go screen left. And then Ava's gonna walk right past us into her stall. Beautiful. And that's all the horses from that herd. Now we have our big field. And I don't know if the microphone's picking it up or not, but you feel that wind? That is what we get when winter comes in. We get a really strong northern wind, a north to south wind. And that is what we're building in anticipation for. Hey there, Spitfire. Hey, Suede. Now this herd has no mares in it. Hey, Declan. Hey, Danny. Hey, Obi. Archer, Casino, and Sriracha. Poe, Samson, Tucker, Weather, Skywalker, Obi, excuse me, that's Gavin, how dare I, and Argento. Argento, very similar to Diego, other than he came before Diego. Likes to go into other stalls, cause a bit of a ruckus, but all around, nice sweet horse. And a dapple gray, very beautiful. So you can see we don't lead the horses to the stalls. They all go right to their stall because they're trained. If I go to the stall, there's food waiting for me. Then all we need to do is go through and close all the doors, and then the horses just enjoy their breakfast. It's at this point that we take advantage of the opportunity that all the horses are safe inside the barn. All of our pastures are empty, so we can head out into the pastures and we check our feeders to see if they need hay. Now, since it's Tuesday, I already know that they need hay. But we are getting closer and closer into winter. Temperatures are cold and windy today, so they may be burning through more hay than usual. So we're gonna go out and check and see what's going on. Also have some exciting news. We managed to get some rain here in Pennsylvania. We were going on almost 7 weeks with no rain. We got a little under ½ an inch of rain. I'll take it. I'll happily take it. It doesn't look like we got rain, honestly, anywhere other than the ground isn't as dusty. So let's hop on the tractor and get started with getting some round bales. Our tractor was doing some dirt work over the weekend, unfilmed. So we're going to have to unhook these attachments and hook up to the attachments that are designed for handling and hauling hay. And we're going to be putting out 3 round bales, but we're going to grab 4. Are marked a little differently. Simple reason is because of the really cold weather that's coming in. We're still going through our non-prime hay. Would be classified as like okay quality hay. So we're gonna mix some of our good hay in with that so that the horses have a good quality feed so that they're not losing any weight with this little cold spell that we're in right now. We have to constantly be balancing the type of hay that we're feeding for the horses depending on the weather. As we get further into our winter months, then we'll start feeding more of our good hay and even our prime hay. That way we can ensure the horses have a good healthy coat, healthy hooves, and they're not losing any weight in the winter. All right, we have hay in position, but upon looking at the feeders, we have some leftover waste since we are feeding, of course, our okay quality hay first. The horses are rooting through it, so we do get a bit of waste with these bales, but that's why we were feeding them in the summer, moving into fall. So I didn't put the new bales on top of the waste. I'd like to clean the feeders out first. We're gonna turn all the horses out in the pastures and they can stretch their legs because they don't like being in the barn for too long. And then we're gonna go for lunch and warm up myself. And then afterwards, we actually are gonna be helping a neighbor and a good friend of mine, Peter. And then once that's taken care of, we can get hay out for the horses this afternoon for afternoon feeding. All right, well, thankfully, they had a hot smoked turkey soup for lunch today, so that was good. I actually went home and got a heavier jacket for myself because, whew, let me tell you guys, up on top of the hill over there where the wind was really ripping, it was just so cold. If there wasn't wind, it wouldn't be that bad, but there's wind. So anyway, we're gonna make a few outfit changes for the tractor. We're putting the box blade back on so we have some counterweight, and we're putting the grapple on. And it's my understanding we're loading some logs for Peter. Let's get those things set up and see if we can find Peter. So Peter, walk us through what's going on. What are we doing?
Putting logs on the trailer.
Putting logs on the trailer. I didn't know that you were a lumberjack.
I guess I am.
What are you guys doing with the wood, if you don't mind me asking?
Some of it we're giving to the guy that saws it for us, and some of it we are getting planks and Minature lumber cut out of it.
Oh, okay. Are you guys using it for like a building project or?
Current and future building projects, yeah.
Current and future building projects. How many boards are you hoping to get out of this?
We're hoping to have the trailer full when it comes home.
Okay. All right. I see. So, are we loading all of this?
No.
You don't want the big ones on there?
If you can put them on there, yes, but I don't feel like you can get them on there.
All right. That's fair enough. Now, something that's kind of neat for you guys to think about, because you've never been over here, is we are actually in the woods that is directly behind the horse stable. You can see where the large square bales are stored right through the trees there, and directly in front of us is the riding arena. So Peter is legitimately our neighbor, in case all of you wonder. He is right up next to us. So we're gonna load him up as best we can. I definitely understand why you asked me to help you out. This would suck doing by hand.
Oh, with my loader. Putting a chain, 2 chains on every single one of them. And...
Yep, I'm happy to help out, Peter. All the help that you've given me, this is the least I can do. Okay, how do you want them loaded? Do you want them loaded like on the back going across and then the next going up in a pyramid style, or straight up like a square?
In a pyramid.
Pyramid? Okay. I like the sound of that. You got a little log roller here. Look at you go. A cant hook. Sorry, didn't know it had so much fancy names.
Is this the bigger one?
It's longer.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, the tractor's performing far better than I think Peter estimated, so now they're trying to work out exactly what they want to take, because we finished a lot quicker than they expected, which is good. Very good. Right, there you go. Well, there you go, Peter. There's a full load of wood. That's easy. Easy speezies. Well, now I guess it's just a matter of strapping it down and sending you on your way, eh? Peter, what's going on?
It no move.
Don't worry, I'll give you a tug. Well, there you go, Peter. Oh, wow, isn't this fancy? Have fun taking those on out to the sawmill. Let us know how it goes. And if you ever need any help moving more logs onto your trailer, you know who to ask.
There will be more.
I'm sure there will. All right, we'll see you, buddy.
Hi, everyone.
Might need a little bit of a running start. We do feed twice a day, and I'm turning out the last horse right now, which is Suede. And as you guys can see, once all the horses are out of the barn is empty, and we're able to switch things on over to the next day for feeding. Guys, I hope you enjoyed being with us today. Helping Peter out is always exciting. I told him if he ever needs us, that we're happy to help. However, before we conclude, I would like to do some questions of the day. So let's take a look at our video. Walls are going up, and let's answer a few of your questions. First off, we've got one from J Smith 5272. I recognize I was wearing my "Do you know what time it is" shirt. On the back, it says it's donkey time. It's actually a shirt that one of our clients made for me. And I never showed the back, so you guys never actually got to see that. So I'll have to make sure that I show that in upcoming videos. Next question is gonna be from Maple Ranch. Who taught your mom how to build stuff? That's an excellent question. In fact, a lot of the teaching that my mom had was from her father. So that's how she learned how to do block laying. and basic barn building. But after that, it was kind of she learned on the job. Her father helped her lay this block, excuse me, and they did build together as a family. However, what you see as you look around is not what they built together. The only original structure is this block, this cinder block here. But the doors, the roof supports, the rafters, the sheet metal, all of that was learned from simply talking to other farmers and trial and error. And what you see before us is a horse stable that's well over 30 years old, and it's doing very well. We're very pleased with it. So there has been some modifications that have been made. Here's one tiny example. Over here, you'll see there's a whole new support roof that's been put in. This is a top plate to support this roof. When this barn was originally constructed, that top plate was not included. And it went from right there all the way up to there was the next support. And what would happen is if we got snowfalls of over 2 feet, these rafters would start to bend a little bit. And one year, we got 3.5 feet of snow and our rafter at the far back cracked. And that was the moment that all of us were like, all right, enough is enough. No longer stressing over this. The rafter was replaced and a new top plate was put in. And you can see we've had no problem since then, which is awesome. But yeah, so most of what she's learned is from on the job. She's passed on a lot of that knowledge to me. And my dad actually was a contractor when he was younger. He's been a man of many trades. But one of them, of course, was framing and building. And with those two together as a team, they're a pretty good power couple. And I'm happy to be learning from them. Got a next question from Fred Wolf 9641. Are you going to let us know what was wrong with your tractor? Requiring minds what to know. I didn't know, I figured you're saying inquiring. Yeah, of course, I'd be happy to tell you. I'm so sorry. Things have been constant here at the barn and I've just been moving on from one thing to the other. So the actual problem was a bad relay in the starting circuit. It was not the starter, was not any of the safety sensors, wasn't a fuse. It was a bad relay. What's frustrating about this is that the dealership actually had me replace the relays on the tractor over the phone. I guess I just didn't do it correctly because it ended up not fixing the issue. So when they ended up showing up, it took them a little bit of time, but they were able to find that it was a bad relay in the starting circuit that was preventing the tractor from starting, which is frustrating because that was a tiny little $18 part. And that's an easy fix. It's as simple as changing a fuse, pulling something out, putting something in. What are you gonna do? I am happy about the fact that I now know that that was an issue. And since this tractor is hopefully going to be in my life for the foreseeable future, every time something breaks, learning how to be able to fix it yourself is definitely a win. So it's always one of those things that I'm able to use for future times. But there you go. That's what was wrong with the tractor, and we haven't had any problems since then. Thank you guys so much. I am so happy that so many of you enjoy these videos. You guys are awesome, and you're the reason why we continue to put out content. 3 videos a week. It's a lot, but we love doing it because of how awesome you guys are. You're what makes this channel awesome. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.